Skylar Thompson won't get a second consecutive start for the Dolphins, and honestly, that's tough. It's been a hard week for him, limited in practice and trying to push through pain after that rough game in Seattle last Sunday. But you can sense he's not giving up, not by a long shot. The injuries may have slowed him down, but his mindset? Unshaken. When asked about his outlook, Thompson made it clear, "I'm going to stay confident, stay believing in myself, and focus on things I can control." You can feel his determination, but there's only so much a guy can do when it comes to injuries, right? The rib injury, in particular, has been brutal for him. And he's not sugarcoating it. "It's been pretty painful," he admitted. "There's not much you can do for it, which makes it even tougher. I'm doing everything I can to heal up, but there's no magic fix." You can almost feel the frustration coming through. Simple things like breathing, sneezing, even laughing have become a challenge for him. "It kind of stinks," he said, clearly trying to downplay just how rough it's been. Despite the pain, Thompson's looking ahead. He's not the type to dwell on the negatives. He's already processing what he learned from the game, especially given that it was his first start since 2022. He's taking the positives where he can find them. "It was a good environment, super loud," he said about playing in Seattle. "The noise definitely played a part in the game, but that's part of the challenge, right? You've got to overcome those things, and I will. You've got to respect that mindset." He's not letting one tough game get him down. In fact, he's seeing it as just another step in his journey. "Good or bad, it's going to make me better in the long run," he added. It's clear he's carrying the weight of the loss on his shoulders, especially when it comes to the offense's struggles. "We had trouble moving the ball, and that falls on me as the quarterback." It's refreshing, really. Thompson's not one to make excuses, even when he easily could. Now, let's talk about the fines that followed that rough loss to Seattle. The NFL handed out some hefty penalties to the Dolphins, and that's got to sting. Linebacker Duke Riley got hit with the biggest fine, $16,900 for a blindside block. Ouch. That's a lot of money for one mistake. Fullback Alec Ingold didn't escape unscathed either, getting fined $11,800 for a low block. And then there's Kader Kovu, who was fined $5,500 for a face mask penalty. Those fines just add insult to injury after a frustrating game, don't they? But it's not all gloom and doom in Miami. Braxton Berrios, a wide receiver and University of Miami alum, had a front-row seat to the madness that was the Miami-Virginia Tech game on Friday night. And wow, what a finish that was! Miami managed to escape with a 34-30 victory after what can only be described as a heart-stopping final play. Virginia Tech thought they had it with a Hail Mary touchdown on the last play of the game, but the officials overturned the call. Berrios had a lot to say about that wild ending. "After they called it a catch, I wasn't sure how they were going to overturn it," he said. He didn't think it should have been called a touchdown in the first place, pointing out that the Virginia Tech player was out of bounds when he touched the ball. "But I digress," he added with a bit of relief. In the end, it worked out how it was supposed to. Mike McDaniel, the Dolphins head coach, didn't get to watch the game live, but admitted he'd catch the highlights. And in true McDaniel fashion, he used the opportunity to analyze how a Hail Mary should be executed from a wide receiver's standpoint. He broke down the mechanics, emphasizing the need to high-point the ball and what he called a rebound rip-away. It's clear McDaniel's always thinking about the details, even in the most chaotic moments of a game. Meanwhile, Jordan Phillips, another UM alum and edge rusher, probably enjoyed the game's outcome. But one person who definitely didn't? Cornerback Kendall Fuller, who's a Virginia Tech alum. He was likely less than thrilled with the call being overturned. And finally, a quick note on Jody Fortson. The tight end, who spent some time in Dolphins camp this summer, is back with the Kansas City Chiefs, now on their practice squad. It's a bit of a full-circle moment for him, after signing with Miami as a free agent in the offseason. Fortson's journey continues, just not with the Dolphins this time around.